Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are tonight's entertainment. Offensive play for Minnesota, and naturally you hand it to Adrian Peterson across midfield, and Peterson on the first play goes the distance for a touchdown.
Welcome in to Mike on the Mic, episode 12. We're just flying by. 12 episodes already. GBG, that's right. Episode 12. Thank you for tuning in. RTF Sports Network, Twist Nation, Twin Cities Network, all the podcast platforms, YouTube, all that jazzy stuff. Got a great show going on for you. Lots of sports. Maybe not baseball for long, but plenty going on. Michael Buckheister taking a look. Mike says, Mike check. Mike like Mike. Yeah, buddy. So we're switching it up today a little bit. We're gonna get into some sports, but I really want to get into Would You Rather to kick off the show. So we've done this the past few weeks, and I don't read this stuff. This is all off the cuff. All right. Would you rather? Would you rather only be able to use a fork, no spoon, or only be able to use a spoon, no fork? Well, I don't eat cereal or kids' meals or bullshit like that. So I'll be a man, and I will pick fork because that's what men use to eat steaks with. Would you rather every shirt you ever wear be kind of itchy, or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper? Well, I don't want itchy shirts because I'm not shitting all day. I wear shirts mostly all day. And I've gone without toilet paper before. I just hop right in the shower and clean up. So I'll choose one ply of toilet paper. Would you rather? Let's see. Oh, we got some comments flying in. We are a live interactive show, so feel free to chime in. And if I feel to chime back, I will. Would I rather eat bacon or sausage, you ask? Sausage. Love it. I'd rather have sausage too, even though I do love some bacon. I'm just a meat guy. We got a bunch of forks, single ply for sure. Who the hell wants to walk around just itching their shirts? Then you just look like you got something wrong with you. People are asking questions. You know, one ply, you're right. You just fold it over. Then it's two. It's simple math, people. Simple math. All right. Would you rather wear a wedding dress / tuxedo? For my viewers and listeners, it's probably mostly tuxedos, but for you women too, wedding dresses every single day, or a bathing suit every single day. Well, I'm not James Bond, and I do love the beach. So let's get that bathing suit out, huh? Let's get some sun. Let's get some tanning going on. Would you rather have all dogs try to attack you when they see you, or all birds try to attack you when they see you? Oh, well, this is hard for me because me and birds don't have a great history. A few times over the course of my life, I've been attacked by birds for no apparent reason. I don't. Good looks must have dropped birds. I don't get it. But I'm gonna go with birds here because birds can't hurt me as well as dogs. I mean, if a pit bull attacked me every time they saw me, I'd be fucked, man. So tuxes are real dapper, Milton. They are. But again, probably a swimsuit. I did wear a suit to school in first grade, no lie, for Ashley Turchin. My mom was away at work, and Gary, who used to watch me every morning, had to call my mom and said, Mike is in a suit, and he refuses to take it off. Nope, I had to go. I had to go and press Ashley in the first grade and tell her what was up. So let's keep diving in here. Would you rather be compelled to high five everyone you meet, or be compelled to give wedgies to anyone in a green shirt? I'd much rather give wedgies. I'm not a big high five guy. I just think they're weird. Even for buddies, I've had girlfriends in the past who will be sitting on the couch watching a show and they think it's funny and they try to high five me and I look at them like they're fucking crazy. Why? We have sex. I don't want to high five you. That's weird. So I'll give wedgies to anybody in a green shirt, mostly because the people that I know that wear green shirts are Packers fans, and I hate them. So I'd be glad to give them a wedgie. Green Bay Greg, watch out. I've been compelled. It's not my fault. All right. Would you rather have skin that changes color based on your emotions or tattoos appear all over your body depicting what you did yesterday? Again, I touched on this last week in Would You Rather. There was a scenario where a thing popped up on your head on what you were thinking. Yeah, I don't want tattoos of what I did yesterday. I don't want people knowing what's going on with my life. Those tattoos would get pretty funky once in a while. No, thank you. We got 4 left here. Would you rather there be a perpetual water balloon war going on in your city or town or perpetual food fight? Now, first off, this would be fantastic if I lived in a city that just had a perpetual fight going on in general. But I'm going to go with water balloons. Food, there's a lot of cleanup. I feel bad for the city workers that would have to go clean that up every day. But a perpetual water balloon fight going on every day, that just brings me back. Nerf gun fights, water fights as a wee little lad. So that would be fun. No, Michael, not bondage. But you're not getting in this mind. No balloons popping up, no tattoos, or letting you know what I'm doing. Would you rather have to fart loudly every time you have a serious conversation or have to burp after every kiss? Now, these are both horrible. I would rather do neither, but that's not the name of this game. So a burp is not as bad as a fart, so I'm going to go with a burp, even if it's a kiss. It doesn't say a belch. It says a burp, so I can go in. Better tune in later to the best shown. All right. Fart out loud anyways, so fart. Yeah. But it doesn't say belch. It's my show. I'm going with burp. 2 left. Would you rather become twice as strong when both of your fingers are stuck in your ears or crawl twice as fast as you can run? I have to read this again. Would you rather become twice as strong when both of your fingers are stuck in your ear? So what can you even do? I'm twice as, okay. So I could still really beat the hell out of somebody with my right with 2 left fingers in my ear. I'll just crawl. This is weird. I don't like this one. I'll crawl twice as fast as I can run. Would you rather have everything you draw become real, but be permanently terrible at drawing? Or be able to fly, but only as fast as you can walk? I always want to fly. I don't care if I'm flying slow or not, but I'm gonna fly. If I'm already a horrible tailor, and a horrible drawer, and if that shit came to life, it'd be some scary ass movie. So there's Would You Rather for this week. Tune in next week for another Would You Rather. Now let's dive into the wide world of sports, baby. ESPN reportedly chooses its new Monday Night Football booth for 2020. Now, nothing, and I mean nothing, can be as bad as Booger McFarland and Jason Witten. Jason Witten was so bad, he went back and played with the Cowboys after that year. I almost just stopped watching Monday Night Football as a whole. So who do we got? According to reports from Jim Miller and Andrew Marchand, ESPN, the expected to announce a 3-man booth of Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, and Brian Griese. Okay. I'm in. Like I said, I am in. So looking at some of the comments here, like I said, we are a live interactive show, RTF Sports Network, Twist Nation, but we're going to fly through some of these sports. So we're going to stay in the NFL. The NFL is opting out. The NFL and the Players Association, they've agreed to a plan. So basically, if you're high risk and you opt out, you get $350,000. Whereas if you're less risk, you get $150,000. Now, this is stipend from their salaries of next year. So the players have the ability to opt out later in the season as well in the event that a family member becomes sick. I don't have a lot to say about this. Michael Pierce and the Minnesota Vikings, he did opt out because he has asthma. And apparently it was this time of the month for him too. So I don't know why people are giving up so much money. I just don't get it. Bill Belichick, he's just got everybody opting out. Another cheat scandal going on there for the Patriots. Top 100 players of 2020. NFL players cast their votes to identify the best in the league heading into the 2020 NFL season. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of the top 10. Again, this was done by NFL players. Now, the biggest thing is number 4. So Derrick Henry at 10. Stephon Gilmore at 9. Okay. DeAndre Hopkins at 8. Okay. George Kittle at 7. Okay. Run CMC at 6. Can't guard Mike at 5. Patty Mahomes at 4. Now here I'm smelling a little jealousy with the players. Pat Mahomes, 4. Aaron Donald, 3. Russell Wilson, 2. Lamar Jackson, 1. Lamar Jackson hasn't done shit to be able to be number 1 out of the top 100 players of 2020. He had a great season. Don't get me wrong. Fantasy, love him. But he still makes me nervous. Injury prone, could happen when you're running around that much. Patty Mahomes is just, he's shaped from God. He's God's creation. So he's definitely number 1. People are just pissed that he just signed a $500,000 contract and apparently joined ownership group of Kansas City Royals. What a segue. Here's a Royals press release. The Kansas City Royals today welcomed the newest member of the team's ownership group, Kansas City Chiefs quarterback and Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes. Very proud and excited to have Patrick as a partner in the ownership group of this franchise. I bet they are. He's staying there for a decade at least. So you might as well bring him on board, have him on the Kansas City Royals ownership. His old man pitched for the Twins back in the day, my ball club. So he does have a baseball background. MLB commissioner warns of shutdown if coronavirus isn't better managed. Should another outbreak materialize, Manfred, who has the power to shut down the season, could move in that direction. Networks broadcasting MLB games have been alerted to look at possible alternate programming after the weekend. We just got sports back, and it might already be gone. The bubble is working. The non-bubble is not. They will play. I hope so. I hope Roger Goodell is taking a good look at what's going on in the major leagues and jotting down some notes, because who really cares about baseball? It's all about the National Football League, fantasy football, betting. And if that goes down, you think the riots in Minneapolis were bad? Oh, shit. There's no NFL. I'm bringing it on again. Let's go over to the basketball courts. Magic's Jonathan Isaac stands for the national anthem as teammate opponents kneel. In June, Isaac was asked about the protests following the police-involved death of George Floyd. He said, just because we are in the position of being an NBA player, it doesn't give us automatically an understanding or insight to issues that happened around us. But I think because we have the ear of so many, it's important for us to be diligent, to be vocal, but in a balanced way. Now, I love this. He's going to stand. He doesn't need to kneel because everybody else is doing it. He wants to be diligent and vocal, but do it balanced. He doesn't need it to be all up in your face, doing all this other shit. So hats off if I was wearing one to you, Jonathan Isaac. Kyrie Irving's been on my show before, mostly for being a dipshit. But this week, he did commit $1.5 million to help WNBA players who choose not to play this season. The money will come from the newly launched KAI Empowerment Initiative. So basically, I don't think he's donating shit. It's coming from KAI. The top annual salary in the WNBA is just over $200,000. Little quote from Kyrie: whether a person decided to fight for social justice, play basketball, focus on physical or mental health, or simply connect with their families, this initiative can hopefully support their priorities and their decisions. So Good for you, Kyrie. Michael Phelps and son Boomer, age 4, team up with Paw Patrol to teach kids about water safety. Now, I have 4-year-olds, and they're just moving past the Paw Patrol phase, but you think we didn't watch that shit? Oh, we did. Paw Patrol. They're on a roll. The former competitive swimmer, 35, and his 4-year-old son in a new PSA alongside Paw Patrol's water rescue pup, Zuma, to teach kids all about staying safe while in the water. Water safety has been a priority in my family since I was a child, as my mom was adamant that my sisters and I learned to swim for safety purposes. Hell yeah, good for you. Good for you, Michael. Well, no more sports stories. That's all we got for regular sports. But I like to keep it local here on Mike and the Mike, Minnesota-based show. We talk national. We talk local. This is my favorite. Redrafting the 2015 NFL draft. So I do want to flash back to last week's show when I did a Madden breakdown of the ratings where Danielle Hunter was an 89. It was blasphemous. I sent an email to Madden right after my show, basically telling them all to fuck off. So via Bleacher Report, redrafting the 2015 NFL draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select number 1 overall, Danielle Hunter. Okay. So on a redraft via Bleacher Report, we got Danielle going first overall, but Madden wants to give him an 89. Okay. Making sense of Kevin Garnett's ownership bid. So Charlie Walters of the Pioneer Press indicates Garnett would have an abundance of power over basketball operations in the organization. Garnett would surely want to bring in his own guys, which means Gerson Rosas era, trust the Rosas, would be over. It'd be a complete rehaul. He would have a vision for the roster. So there's a role here for KG, but I don't like that. Vikings, Michael Pierce to opt out of the 2020 season due to respiratory issues. I did touch on this briefly. Pierce told the Pioneer Press, due to the coronavirus pandemic, I will opt out as an NFL high-risk case. The 6-foot, 345-pound bowling ball Pierce signed a 3-year, $27 million free agent where he left the Ravens. As far as I'm concerned, you can go play for that purple. Stay out of our purple, you douchebag. Dalvin Cook reports to training camp on time. We can all calm down. Calm down, everybody. There was a lot of speculation that he wasn't coming. We all knew that he was. Hi, Abby. Getting a little lippy today. I am lippy. If you tuned into every show, Twist, our parent show, and Mike on the Mic, that's just what I do. I get lippy and testy and moody because people piss me off. And Dalvin Cook, he almost made the list, but he did report. Minnesota center Sylvia Fowles becomes WNBA's all-time leading rebounder. Fowles, 34, opened the WNBA season on Sunday with 18 of those bad boys, leaving her just 7 short of the record. She got her 7th rebound with 3.9 seconds left in the second quarter. That gave her 3,357 rebounds in her career. So good for you. Good for you. I'm proud of her. But that's all I got for keeping it local. Let's do a little over-under. Past couple weeks, we've been in the AFC, and we are going to keep it in the AFC, this time the South. Let's start with the Houston Texans. Over-under 5.5 receiving touchdowns for Brandon Cooks. So Brandon Cooks played for the Saints last year. This dude just gets concussed left and right. He's about 1 concussion short of a vegetable. If he can stay healthy, I think this is easily attainable. Pretty much the only weapon there in Houston. So I will go with an over on 5.5 touchdowns for Brandon Cooks. The Indianapolis Colts. Over under 3,999.5 passing yards for Phillip Rivers. So basically, Is he going to throw for less than 4,000 or over 4,000? I am going to go again with over. He has a lot of weapons there in Indianapolis and probably the best offensive line in his whole entire career. So he is kind of a statue sitting there. Jab, I tune in all the time, jackass. Well, I appreciate that, Gail. Thank you. All right. So over on 4,000 yards for my boy, Phillip Rivers. Jacksonville Jaguars. Over under 949.5 receiving yards for DJ Chark. They did bring in Laviska Shenault Jr. as a wideout, so he's not just going to be the only one sitting there. I think this is, again, attainable, but I'm going to go under. I'm going to need to see a little bit more out of the Shark Man before I give him 950 receiving yards. Lastly, the Tennessee Titans over under 1,199.5 rushing yards for Derrick Henry. So is he going to hit 1,200? Is he not? Last year, I think he had 1,500 yards and a bunch of touchdowns. I'm going to give it over. Why not? He's a good rusher. Screw it. All right, let's get out of sports. Let's review a television program for you. One week it's a movie, another week it's a TV show. But I give you a little something to watch. You know, baseball's boring. There's cardboard cutouts. The bubble in the NBA is actually fun. I think the Wild play tonight. I'll check out some hockey. But when you do just want to chill out, Netflix and chill, and I got the TV show for you. This one was actually recommended by Matt Benz, Benzi's Bit, co-host of Twist, the weekend sports talk. It's called Kingdom. So originally this was a direct TV show. I didn't know they came out with shows, but now it's on the Netflix. So here's the storyline. Elvie and Lisa are struggling to keep their gym, Navy Street, afloat. Their best hope is Elvie's son, Nate, an up-and-coming fighter. Nate is also a, what the hell's that boy band with the three brothers? Somebody help me. The three brothers. The Jonas Brothers. Nobody helped me. I actually figured that out on my own, so fuck off, everybody watching. All right, so Nate, an up-and-coming fighter. Jay, Elvie's other son, is on the outs with his father. When Lisa's ex and former MMA champ Ryan shows up, that complicates things. Nate has secrets of his own, which may hold him back. So the storyline doesn't really give it justice. It's pretty badass. You got this dad who is an MMA fighter. He was a badass, a champ. He's got two sons, both who were fighters. And then this dude, Ryan, gets out of prison. He was a stud in the MMA, and they all fight at Elvie's gym, Navy Street. You know, there's tits, there's drugs, and there's fighting. So it's a no-hold-bar show, and you really can't go wrong. It's 3 seasons. It's like a cheeseburger. Season 1, 10. Season 3, 10, with a double whopper in the middle, 20 episodes of Season 2. Benzie does tell me that it was supposed to be 3 seasons, which makes me happy. I don't like when stuff gets cut short. But 40 episodes. I am about halfway through Season 2. And I absolutely love it. So IMBD gave it an 8.4 out of 10. I think that's preposterous. My score is a 9.2 out of 10. So that's what we got for you on the TV show review. Random fact, how we end each and every show here on Mike on the Mic. Space smells like a seared steak. When you see footage of astronauts floating peacefully in space, do you ever wonder, what does space smell like? Well, according to some former astronauts, space does have a distinct odor, and that hangs around post-spacewalk. They've described it as a hot metal or searing steak. So just in case you were wondering, there you go. That's all the time I got for you this week. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to tune in to RTF Sports Network. We got a new lineup this coming up week. Twist, Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and down the line of that time slot. Mike on the Mic on Tuesdays, Benzie's Bit on Wednesdays. Twist again on Thursdays. GBG on Friday. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great week.